Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ulrike. Very happy to have you back with me for another product review, skincare product review. Not a K-beauty product, but it is from a very popular derma style brand that I don't always had great experiences with. However, I have to say this product deserves a full review, and it is this one, a new launch from the ordinary, newish launch from the ordinary, and it is their natural moisturizing factors plus beta glucan. So I have actually already shown this moisturizer before in my video with summer moisturizer recommendations, but I just felt it deserved its own review video. The Ordinary, of course, hyper popular due to being a very affordable and very minimalist, sensitive skin friendly, science-backed brand. I have to say, especially their first generation formulas have not really always been wowing me. A lot of their very popular products I actually don't like. Surprisingly enough, these recent launches, I've actually really been enjoying them. I really like their NAG serum, which I think a lot of skinfluencers gave very bad reviews. Interestingly enough, without actually trying the formula, just based on the ingredients. I don't quite understand how that works, because you do have to try a formula. You cannot just dismiss a product based on ingredients, unless there's something really problematic in there, of course. So I don't know if they've actually ever tried the product, because I really still like the NAG serum. I also like the new cleansers a lot. And I really like this. So the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors. They have already brought out two other formulas with natural moisturizing factors. The first, an original formula, they upgraded it now with hyaluronic acid added to it. I have never tried that original formula, to be honest. When it came out back in the day, I just was never that invested in it. It, to me, just struck me as a very basic moisturizer that, I don't know, I just never felt, yes, I need this in my routine. So I've never tried the original or the upgraded version. I have tried their richer formula with the phytoceramides. Maybe I'll do a review on that one at some point as well. That one I also really like, but certainly don't use much at the moment because it's very hot. And this is a very rich moisturizer. Now this one, the beta glucan one, their first gel moisturizer, because this has a very different texture to the other two. And you might ask yourself, what on earth are natural moisturizing factors? Because I ask myself that, so I just assume you want to know as well. So natural moisturizing factors basically are just parts, substances in our skin, in the upper layers of our skin, that keep our skin well moisturized, well hydrated, and by that also supple and plump. Examples of natural moisturizing factors are, for instance, amino acids, which is exactly what forms the basis for this formula and all the other two natural moisturizing factor formulas from the Ordinary, so amino acids. Also peptides, certain peptides, not all peptides, certain peptides, sugar molecules, which are humectant, aka water grabbing. Those are classical natural moisturizing factors. As for the key ingredient in this formula, it is of course the beta glucan, which for me is probably one of my favorite humectants out there. Beta glucan, usually one from oats, I believe, from what I remember. Another humectant sugar molecule that just feels to me a lot more pleasant often than pure hyaluronic acid based serums. Another product that very successfully uses beta glucan is the Stressless serum from Geek and Gorgeous. And that one, I can really tell that it doesn't use hyaluronic acid. Nothing against hyaluronic acid, but it just sometimes feels a little bit sticky. Beta-glucan, I think, is just a little bit more watery and a little bit lighter, and usually doesn't have that intense stickiness that very high hyaluronic acid based formulas can have. So beta-glucan, basically the same humectant abilities and properties that hyaluronic acid or glycerin also has. All humectants kind of work the same. Honestly, all they do is just they hydrate the skin, they bind water to the molecules, and by that kind of plump up the skin and make it look juicier, you know? Apart from the beta-glucan, this formula also contains a ton of other humectants. Amongst them, amino acids, already mentioned those, then glycerin and hyaluronic acid. So this is not hyaluronic acid free, in case this is important to you. Plus urea, and urea is a really great skincare ingredient, highly underrated. It usually does not just have humectant qualities, but also tends to have a bit of an emollient effect on the skin. So it kind of keeps skin supple and moisturizes skin. And I certainly do feel that this formula, even though it is pretty much oil-free, still has surprisingly moisturizing properties, in my opinion. As with all the ordinary formulas, this is of course also fragrance-free, alcohol-free, very minimalist overall, and cruelty-free. Now, the Ordinary belongs to the Estee Lauder conglomerate. So for some people who are very strict with their definitions of cruelty-free, this probably doesn't count as cruelty-free anymore. I leave that up to you. Within the Ordinary brand, the products are cruelty-free. That's all I can tell you. They are also vegan. So again, I leave it up to you, because this is a complex and complicated topic that usually involves a lot of racism towards China if we're not careful. The whole everything sold in China automatically isn't cruelty-free is actually a lot more complicated. But again, if I go into that, it's going to be too much work for this product review. So just so you know, the Ordinary itself, cruelty-free. However, some people would not call them cruelty-free because they belong to Estee Lauder. I leave that up to you. As for my opinions on this and my experiences using this, as I said, I'm not always a fan of the Ordinary, but I am a fan of this. It does work best certainly for oilier skin types. It likely is not enough for dry skin because the texture is very light. It is a light gel texture, and so you cannot expect really heavy, deep hydration. Or it does offer deep hydration, but not enough moisturization for dry skin. However, for that you have other moisturizers. You can use the phytoceramide one, which is great for dry skin. This one is for us oily and combo and normal skinned girls and boys and anyone in between. That really just is, the formula just really is so lovely. I was surprised because I am always a little bit suspicious of what the Ordinary will deliver in terms of textures. They're not always winners in my opinion. But the newer releases all really have improved in terms of texture so much. Yes, this does take a tiny bit of time to sink in. At first, when you apply it, it will feel a little bit sticky, but the stickiness does not last and it doesn't pill or roll off the face. At least for me, I didn't have any problems with that because it sinks in very, very well and very thoroughly. It really leaves skin very soft. I'm pretty sure I said that in my other video as well, where I introduced this as a good summer moisturizer. It just makes skin so soft and really well hydrated without being overpowering. And I really appreciate this about the formula so, so much. Because it's fragrance and alcohol free, I also feel it will work very well for sensitive skin, specifically if you have oily skin and sensitive skin, which is such a difficult skin type to deal with. There's not a lot of oily skin, friendly, sensitive skin skincare out there, I find. This should work very, very well for you. I think it also works very well if you're a teenager or younger person with acne-prone skin. It's great for younger people because it also is very affordable. Here in Europe, it costs around 14 euros, but this is 100 milliliters. So this is twice the amount you usually get from a regular moisturizer. So really, really affordable. I don't think anyone could complain about the pricing there, because I've seen people also complain about the NAC serum and the pricing. I don't know. It's very interesting to me that a brand like The Ordinary, that was so hyped in its beginning, to the point that I was a bit annoyed by them, because there was this intense cult status for a while where you weren't even allowed to criticize the brand. And now it's kind of switched around. I think ever since it was sold to Estee Lauder, because then conspiracy theories started happening. I don't know, it's all very strange. And somehow I'm going against the grain with both extremes. Because again, I didn't really like the first generation, most of the first generation products, but all the new ones, I actually think are much better than some of the old favorites, especially in terms of texture. For me, this is a winning product. I really do like it. No, they're not paying me for that. God, I wish, right? No, they're not paying me for that. I genuinely love this. And I just feel that they nailed the gel texture. Again, maybe it's not the most elegant gel moisturizer you will ever try. Some of the Korean gel creams that I've tried will certainly top this one in terms of elegance and sort of velvetiness and all of these things. But for that price point, I just think it's such a great product that will work for many, many people in the oilier to combo skin range. Will probably also work very well for normal skin. Just the dry skin people will do better with the phytoceramide one if you want another The Ordinary moisturizer. And there you have it, my opinion on the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors plus Beta Glucan. It is 100% positive. Really well done, The Ordinary. Are we and I becoming besties? What is happening here? Again, I'm baffled by this development, but I'm pleased. I mean, truly, all the new releases have been great. The eye serum is also really great, the peptide eye serum. I already went through an entire bottle of that. A little bit pricey, I find, but it's so good. I also really do like both of the cleansers. Just really good. I mean, well done, The Ordinary. Am I a fan now? What happened? So, if you're oily skinned, if you are normal skinned, acne prone, teenage skin, men, all of these will, I think, do really well with this moisturizer. And if you are budgeting, it is a really great affordable option. Only Korean gel creams can probably top this at the moment, especially that Torridon serum cream, still my favorite. But apart from that, so well done. And that was it for today. My review of this moisturizer from The Ordinary, which impressed me. Who knew? If you found this helpful, it would be fantastic if you could give it a thumbs up, maybe even subscribe. Really, always very helpful and appreciated. I am growing at a snail's pace, but I'm trying to just be very zen about it. It's very hard on this platform. If you are interested in more skincare reviews, you're also very welcome to check out my blog. Yes, I still have a blog, and yes, I still write reviews for it. So everything that you need to know about K-beauty and indie beauty, derma skincare, French pharmacy brands, you will find on the blog. And otherwise, you find me on Instagram, etc. It would be great if you give me a follow there as well. Maybe leave a comment. Let me know if you've tried any of the new The Ordinary releases, how you feel about the newer generation of products. As I said, sometimes apparently they're quite controversial. I personally really have been loving them, dare I say it. I will see you again next week because I do a new video every week. And until then, please take care. Bye.